David R. here. Today I'm going to talk to you about this book, Adult ADHD by Michele Novotni, Thomas A. Whiteman with Randy Petersen. Look at that artwork. It's fascinating, I think. What this video is going to do is give you an introduction to ADHD. This is the adult version of ADHD. There is the child and juvenile version as well. But this book specifically talks about adults who have ADHD, or attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It used to be called ADD, attention deficit disorder. All right, so let's get started. Symptoms of ADHD: forgetfulness, difficulty focusing on any one task, difficulty following conversations, particularly when there are several people around. I have this issue myself. If there's a lot of people around, I want to talk to everybody. Tendency to take on too many projects and then not finish most of them. Time management problems, easily frustrated, frequent moves or job changes, pattern of underachievement or underemployment, difficulty with relationships, tendency towards substance abuse, low self-esteem or insecurity at approaching new tasks, impulsive decision-making style, tendency to take risks, not sticking to long-term projects, tendency not to read or finish books, magazine or newspaper articles are preferred, not understanding social nuances, difficulty with paperwork, getting things in on time, difficulty managing finances and checkbook. How many of these statements sound like you? I set things down and forget where I put them. I start projects but have difficulty following through. I find myself jumping from thing to thing. I have difficulty concentrating. My life is fairly disorganized. I've had difficulty working up to my potential. Sometimes I say or do things without thinking. I feel misunderstood by others. That basically summarizes what I just talked about with the symptoms of ADHD. And, some people are just forgetful. I used to be forgetful when I had a poor diet, poor sleep habits. It made me forgetful. Starting projects, but have difficulty following through. That happens, I suppose, but not with everybody who has ADHD, but it tends to happen more with people who have ADHD. Causes of ADHD: there have been many theorized causes of ADHD, including prenatal birth trauma, environmental toxins, food additives, caffeine and sugar, an inherited personality style, the home environment, the information, TV, soundbite, explosion of our society. But ultimately, the authors state that ADHD is an inherited condition. There are several treatment options available for people with ADHD. It just depends on what your doctor or psychiatrist, psychologist, whoever thinks that you need. The most common treatment is medication with Ritalin or SSRI drugs. I'm sure you've heard of Ritalin, and SSRI drugs are like Prozac and other drugs related. Having ADHD is not necessarily all bad, because many entrepreneurs have ADHD, probably several artists, musicians. People with ADHD notice things. They notice things all around them. And sometimes this can work in your favor, and oftentimes it doesn't, because you may focus on something minute, something silly. But if you're focusing on the right things, ADHD could help you. I know that sounds odd, but it's in this book. They talk about it. Many entrepreneurs have ADHD. They have somebody following them around who write these ideas down that they have, and they come up with a lot of things. So it's not all bad. They even say that some entrepreneurs or artistic people, they will take their medications until they have some major project coming, and then they stop their medication so that their ADHD can kick in, and they come up with all these ideas. And yeah, sure, they may not finish the project, but they have somebody else who will. So you see, it's not all bad. Anyway, I hope this video helps you, and I will see you later. Bye.